Hey guys, it occurred to me that I've made a lot of videos recently talking about A Course in Miracles, principles, lessons, phrases, even down to like a single sentence. But we never talked about what is A Course in Miracles. We never talked about what does A Course in Miracles promise? Why would people want to take up A Course in Miracles? It's a big commitment. And what has it brought me? Why have I been doing this for 30 years and 30 plus years? Maybe more so. Why? How come I'm not better at it after 30 some years? I'm getting there. So this is it. We're going to talk about A Course in Miracles. What it is, what it promises, and what it has brought me. What it has brought me in my life. But this is an attempt to explain all of A Course in Miracles. It's a simpler, more personal exploration. What is the Course? What is it actually asking us to do? What does it promise? And after all these years, what can I truthfully say it has brought me? We're going to attempt to answer all of that. What is A Course in Miracles? Course in Miracles came through Helen Schutzman. I always mispronounce her name. However, I almost always, mispronounce everyone's name. Across the board. So Helen, beginning in 1965 with Bill Thetford, playing an essential role in its transcription and preparation. Both were psychologists at Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. Bill was actually the head of the psychology department. Helen was his assistant. It's called A Course for a reason. It isn't simply asking us to adopt the spiritual philosophy. It gives us a curriculum to practice. That's key. The text establishes the thought system. The workbook for students, gives us 365 daily lessons throughout which we practice. The manual for teachers clarifies and applies what is being learned. And the Course tells us something remarkable about its purpose almost immediately. The Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. So if you look at the Course, 772 pages. If you look at 365 workbook lessons and a manual for teachers, it can seem daunting. I have to learn all this. The Course doesn't ask you to learn anything. As it says, that's beyond what can be taught. Your reality, your identity is love. No one needs to teach us our identity. No one needs to teach us reality. We just need to remember. So the Course, much like Michelangelo and the statue of David, when Michelangelo was asked, how did you ever carve David out of that single block of marble? He said, David was always in the stone. I just took away all things, everything, that wasn't David. David revealed himself. That's what's happening with the Course. We are being revealed. Reality. So we're not trying to manufacture love. We are not trying to become worthy of love. Love is already present. The curriculum is concerned with undoing what prevents us from recognizing it. That's a much simpler task than trying to construct something that doesn't have a firm foundation. So A Course in Miracles is about adding something to ourselves, then undoing what prevents us. Is less concerned about adding something to ourselves than undoing what prevents us from recognizing what is already here. David and the stone. So what is the Course asking us to do? For our purpose here, much of the practice can be gathered around 3 movements. Train the mind. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. That is a workbook lesson. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. That's why there is a workbook. The Course isn't merely giving us ideas to believe, it's asking us to practice. It's also asking us to forgive. Not, you really hurt me, but I'm spiritually advanced enough to pardon you. I forgive you. I think you're ready. You've earned it. I'm a big enough person. We're not talking about that. Course forgiveness goes deeper. It begins to question our certainty about what happened, the guilt that we've assigned, and the meaning that we've given it. Not because we're pretending nothing happened, because perhaps we don't know what it means. We're asked to accept another teacher. So A Course in Miracles continuously contrasts the ego's interpretation with a correction of the Holy Spirit's. Instead of depending entirely upon the same thought system that produced the conflict, we become willing to receive another interpretation. One teacher, one thought system, one interpretation gave us a conflict, and we're not going to think ourselves out of a conflict with that same thought system. The other holds the solution. The other doesn't see conflict, doesn't believe in conflict. That's where our salvation lies. So the practical anchor is notice how we're seeing, recognize that perception is doing to our peace, become willing to have our perception corrected. Train the mind, forgive, accept another teacher. So what does the Course actually promise? This is the heart of the entirety of the Course, because A Course in Miracles makes a very different promise from the one we sometimes want spirituality to make. It doesn't promise money, doesn't promise perfect health, doesn't give us the relationship that we want. It's not protection against loss. It's not a world arranged according to our preferences. Instead, straight from the introduction, nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. The promise is peace. It takes us right to the reality that cannot be threatened, and it asks us to rest, to have a little willingness to rest right there. And herein lies the peace of God. The promise is peace, not merely that surface calm. The Course is addressing the deeper cause of conflict, fear, guilt, grievances, judgment, and ultimately the belief in separation. The distinction is that the Course doesn't promise to give us the life that we want. It offers another way to experience the life that we have. If peace depends on circumstances, I'm always waiting for the circumstances to change. I'm waiting for something to be resolved. I'm waiting to have enough money. I'm waiting for my body to cooperate. Waiting for the world to become less frightening. Course in Miracles moves the possibility of peace away from circumstances and towards the mind in which these circumstances are being experienced. That's the promise, and it's a very different promise. Does it mean circumstances never change? It means changing circumstances isn't the Course's goal, or it's bargain for us. Bargain. Does it mean circumstances never change? They do. It means changing circumstances isn't the Course's goal. So how do we get from here, wherever we think we are, to there, where we would hope to be, the end result of that Course? Something happens. I'm disturbed. And immediately, who did this? Why should this be happening? What has to change before we can be okay again? The Course introduces a pause. It's not denial. It's not passivity. It's not pretending painful things don't hurt. Just a possibility. Could there be another way of seeing this? In the workbook, there's a lesson. I could see peace instead of this. And I am determined to see things differently. Again and again, the Course brings us back to willingness. Not a day has gone by in any of these episodes when we haven't talked about willingness. We don't have to manufacture the correct perception ourselves. We make room for correction. Making it practical. I've noticed that I've lost my peace. I become willing to question the way I'm seeing, and I ask for another way. Course Miracles now becomes something we can actually use. Immediate peace. We can use it right now. We don't have to wait for the end results. We don't have to wait for lesson 365 and believe that we've graduated. We don't have to wait until the text is finished. The Course puts us in the midst of it, the thick of it, and we practice. So, what has the Course brought me? Talked about what it's offered, and after all these years, what can I truthfully say the Course has brought me? It's interesting. Just for a second, I paused and I thought, well, what has it brought me? What has it actually revealed? Maybe I'm not brought anywhere. I could say peace. I could say forgiveness. I could say that I've reduced a lot of fear, or even when fear is present, I have been able to choose something else. Have my relationships changed? All good questions. Has the Course changed the way I experience conflict, blame, grievances, relationships? Has the Holy Spirit become a constant companion, my guide, the source that I can always turn to? And has it changed my relationship with God? Has it changed the relationship with myself? What has the Course brought me? It has taken away a lot of stuff. It has taken away a lot of misplaced belief systems that have only led me to suffering. The Course has been a guide from a decade of drunkenness to sobriety. It's been my path of recovery. The Course has given me the gift of forgiveness, the tool of forgiveness, in which I can ask for that other way, another way of seeing. I am not firmly convinced that my interpretation of anything is the single truth. I'm not so convinced that my opinion is worth my peace of mind. I'm not sure that if I would trade having my opinion be honored at the expense of being kind, at the expense of suffering loss of peace of mind, I'm less likely now to take that. And I have established a relationship with the Holy Spirit. I have reestablished a relationship with Jesus. Not in the religious sense, but in a personal sense. Having someone to talk to and guide me every single moment. And my thoughts of God, I no longer have thoughts of God. Not the way I used to. However, I know that I am a thought of God. That's a completely different way of living. One of the questions I was thinking of when I wrote this, why do I keep coming back to the Course? I don't. I've never left. So, closing. Returning to where we began. Love isn't something the Course says that we acquire. The blocks to awareness of it are what must be undone. So perhaps after all the theology, metaphysics, 365 lessons and hundreds of pages, the practice can become something very small. I'm not at peace. Maybe I don't see this clearly. Maybe I've limited my perception. Maybe I've become insistful that my perception is the entirety. Maybe. However, am I willing to consider that there could be another way? Another way brings me peace. Little bit of willingness. So, that's it. Course in Miracles from my own personal perspective. I hope you find it valuable. I hope if you're not a Course student that maybe there's a little thought of, I wonder. If you have that thought, that's enough for me. I love you guys. If you don't mind, hit that like button, leave a comment, share me out. I'd appreciate it.